as I was going about my day and doing what I do, the Lord began to download into my prisons as it relates to authentic business in the marketplace, and some of the corruption that we see today in the church as it relates to business. I need to say this because it's too much folly that is going on in the kingdom. Too much. It's too much. It makes people not want to come to church. Make people not want to be bothered with people in the kingdom because of how, quote unquote, church leaders and people are so fickle. And we need to talk about it because people don't know how to properly do business or have integrity in the marketplace. And hear me, I want to make this disclaimer. I am no way means, because I got to put this out there because, I get a lot of diss videos on Facebook Live because people get mad about things that I particularly say, but no one wants to come to the table and have a real conversation about it. It's a conversation you guys can join in and talk with me and help me. I'm not one to know everything, but I am one to know something. If I've been in it 30 years and have seen just about every fiango-dangle thing that you can do in the church, I'm pretty sure I got some sense somewhere. Let me start by saying to you up-and-coming pastors, let me start there. To build your church, you need to build a church on the foundation of Jesus. Upon this rock I'll build my church, very gates of hell shall not prevail against it. Make sure that God, the Lord, however you want to slice and dice it, that they called you and you not start a church out of bitterness, hurt, or think you're the only one to hear and know God. A lot of people are not going to come to your church if you start your church off wrong. And if they do come, they're coming as opportunists, trying to see what they can get. And for you to be a good pastor, you shouldn't always want to bash other leaders in their church about what they do. It amazes me in how today's leaders can tell you that only the power of God is only in their church. But you joined the church. Make sure, number one, write this down. If you're going to start a church, before you have nary service, make sure your credentials are valid in the state where you having the services at. Can you start there? Before you take up an offering, make sure that you are able to operate in the state. Make sure that you got an EIN number. And make sure you got a bank account. Did y'all hear what I just said? That's rule number one. Make sure you first got the authentic call from God to start a church. Make sure you start there. And then number two, make sure that you have your stuff registered. Make sure that you're registered with the Secretary of State with an EIN number. Make sure you have them and have a bank account. Why would I give my money to something under your name and I have no valid account where my money going to? I'm not giving you my money for it to go to your house. I'm not talking about nobody in particular. I'm just saying what I'm saying, talking about what I'm talking about. And pastors, if I get any pastors on here that agree with me, holler back at me. Because I'm telling you, somebody going to clap. And the day I'm going to clap back. We're so busy heaping on how we think our church is the only one to know how to cast out demons and do this, that, and other. But this is the same church you came to in Refuge. And then now all of a sudden it's not godly. Let me give you another point. Don't go build your church off somebody else's sheep. You know, you cool, but you in everybody inboxes trying to get them to come to your church on the slide. Come over here, I'll utilize you in this. I'll call you over here. I'll have you pray. Come on over here, I'll let you do that. Come on over here, I'll let you do this. Come on over here, I'll let you do that. Stay out of other members' boxes. I'm telling you, this is a lesson I learned the hard way. Because the moment you talk to somebody else's members, they think you want their members. They get to thinking, you know, all this other kind of stuff. All this other kind of stuff and get all insecure. Amen. We all been there. We all felt some kind of way. Why are you talking to so and so? I am other people's leaders. And you'll be surprised at how many of the leaders that I cover get mad if their members even call me. Don't be telling him what's going on in my church. Then I tell me what's going on in your church. You know, because I can care less about what's going on in your church. I don't run your church. You run your own church. I tell you something else. I have other leaders that I cover that get in cahoots with other leaders, trying to find out if the leader mad. No, call me and ask me yourself. And the church today, God didn't die for this stuff that we doing. He ain't die for this. He ain't die for this. He ain't die for this fickle, attitude-prone, jealousy, overbearing type of church. I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday, and people laugh at me. They laugh at me because of my responses. And they said, I cover churches, and you would think for their anniversary that the covering would come and speak over their people. I say, see, you still stuck in the old church. I say, yes, I agree. That's where it should be. But that's the old church. These people today don't care. They don't care. They don't care. And you'll be surprised at how many people you have on the roll. How many people you got on the roll. And you think you cover them. And you don't cover them. Y'all better listen to me very carefully this moment. If you're going to do business in the marketplace, you got to know how to do business in the marketplace. Don't go in overbearing, jacking your prices 200%, having a service because you need to go out to eat or go pay a bill in your... No. Nobody's going to trust your business. Nobody's going to trust your ministry. Nobody's going to trust what you claim that you say the Lord has called you to do. And too many of us, we play these games with the people. We play these games with the body. I tell you something else in the marketplace. Be very careful what you take and receive from people. I don't like people giving me a bunch of food. I don't like people giving me no money. I don't like that kind of stuff, because now they bought you, which means because they bought you, they can give their opinions about how they feel about this. If you hear me, if you're going to be a leader, be a leader. You're going to be their friend, be their friend. But you can't keep cross-pollinating business when it comes to certain things in the kingdom, because when it comes time to rebuke you because I'm too tight with you, you think you can say whatever you want to say to me. I had people leave my church because I told them Sunday was a work day, and people got offended by it and left the church. Okay, no problem. Go ahead and be a wild ass on the loose then. That's what I said. Because a lot of us, that's what we do in the church. That's what a lot of us, we do that. We be out of order, and then we sit up and we feel some kind of way. And you can't feel no kind of way when the leader is trying to come to you to correct you or tell you what's right. And so many of us in the business, hear me, in the business, we cross-pollinate too much. I lift my hands right here to holy heaven, and God, please forgive me for any wrong and ratchetness I've ever done. Because I'm going to tell you something. The body of Christ today is dealing with a whole bunch of stuff and wars that we shouldn't even have to deal with. Because too many of us, we have no type of care for the sheep. We have no kind of care for our fellow brothers and sisters. And you know what happens? The world sit right back and say, this is why I don't go to church. This is why I don't go. Because going to that church right there, this is what they do. The leaders, we got to lead the way. One of the great things I like when it comes to business, I'm business. And people don't like that about me. Give you an example. Let's talk for a minute, pastors. I want you to help me with this. I want y'all to help me with this. You telling your people to tithe, but you don't tithe. You tell your people to give, and we never see you giving first. And then I give you one better. The one over you, where you supposed to be obedient, you don't do. But you taking up money, you doing everything you want to do, but then you don't handle the business in the kingdom the way you're supposed to handle it. I give you one better. Your house all out of order. House all out of order. You worse than an infidel. You gotta know how to handle business in the marketplace. You a business? Get your stuff together for your business. And quit putting everything under a ministry name if that business does not operate under a ministry. Come on, let's talk. We got to talk about this. And God just keep telling me. I mean, it's like all night I was just in torment all night, just thinking about how leaders sit up and bash other leaders. And you know what? I'm gonna give you one better. I know that feeling because I used to be that way when I was mad and hurt at people. So some people would think I'm pretty sure some people will question some of the sermons I may have preached, or maybe some of the Facebook lives I've done, or some of the posts that I've done. And guess what? My life is so busy, it's more important than revolving around you. Some people, I'll give you one better. I remember when I used to be mad, been angry with people and shady with people. I'll go block them and all that old immature foolishness. No, I'll still be your friend on Facebook. Now watch this here. That's so you can watch what somebody else's page is. No, I'm not that petty. No, I just unfollow you so I don't see your foolishness on there. Because if I see something on there, I know I'm going to come for you. You know, so it makes no sense to argue about that. And I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes your silence sometimes speaks greater volume than you getting up just going all off ranting and raving about a whole bunch of stuff. Sometimes your life can be a whole lot better when you move past some people. I remember people used to, I remember one time I used to say, don't mention this person's name ever to me. They dead to me. Immature. This is what I do now. They're a man of God. They're a woman of God. And I can't deny them because I put my hands on them. So if there was a woman of God then, they got to be a woman of God now. If I put my hands on him, he's a man of God then, he's a man of God now. Just because I don't deal with you, don't mean that God's hand ain't on your life. So I'm not going to discredit because I'm mad now. I can't discredit it. Now, it may be some things in your life that you might need to be delivered from, or whatever the case is that I was blind to, or whatever the case is. But that doesn't make you a bad person. And in business, we destroy people because we all in our emotions. I ain't got to destroy them. Let God do it. So see. I remember one time I had this person one time say, and this time, I honestly, they weren't talking about me. I read it on someone else's page. They said, I opened my eyes to stuff I didn't see before. You can give all this credit to somebody else, but the person who you talking about is the one that made you. Like, for real. So they was all that in the bag of chips. If they were that bad, then recant everything that person did. Recant and take all that away from what that person did. So then that way you have no handprint on them. You can go under 29 different daddies. But if you still carrying the same thing that the person who you don't like and you got all this bitterness with and all this hurt with, now, they're so bad.